Hey, I didn't even realize the date was getting this close, but it has been a year since I started content. It honestly shocks me that it's been so long yet so little time, both at once, and how far my channel's already came in such an amount of time. Of course, I do want to say my thanks. It's really humbling to realize you're only here because of other people. But at the same time, I also just wanted to go over what would frequently be asked, I guess, of YouTubers. Or at least give a few things, at least, for the anniversary of this channel. Sadly, I don't have any long, worked-up video for this date. If I'm being truthful, I've been putting a lot of my editing into the FNAF sequel video and a TF2 Funny Moments video. But the least I can do is at least give a more down-to-earth video where I'm just talking about these things. So, I'm gonna go over one of the first Q&A questions I ever got, and explain this one first. When and why did you start your YouTube channel? So, this is an interesting one to me, because I've been doing YouTube since I was like 6, just under different usernames and different channels. By the time I hit, I want to say 12 to 13, I kind of gave up on the idea, figuring that I didn't have what it takes or I just wasn't interested. Until randomly a year ago, me and a buddy of mine, BiterPie, started playing a bunch of TF2, and the idea hit us. We're pretty funny when we play with each other. I mean, I laugh at his jokes, he laughs at mine. We could probably make content, and it just kind of spiraled from there. So, honestly, thank BiterPie, it kind of just spiraled from a random suggestion that he had, and then we both were like, holy shit, that's a good idea. And here we are now. Questions are a bit rough from here on out, but I'll still try to cover some, I guess, frequently thought things that I'd imagine people would think. The first of those being, where is my content going to go from here? Now, I've covered this in community posts or at the end of some of my videos, but I don't think I was very concise or clear about it, so I'm just going to address this in one sweeping motion statement. TF2 is not going to go anywhere. In fact, it'll probably still be the majority of my channel. FNAF, I plan to at least cover each of the mainline FNAF games and a few of the books and spin-offs. That's it. I don't think I'm going to become a predominantly FNAF channel. And, of course, always expect other games. I'm not going to just tie myself to TF2. It's just probably going to stay the majority of my channel. So don't worry if you're here for TF2 or you're here for FNAF. You're going to get a lot of FNAF and TF2 content going forward. And if you just are here for me, I will have plenty of just various games over the course of this channel. So stay tuned for all of those. I suppose the next thing I wanted to cover was what ideas formed a lot of my videos, or at least a few of the notable ones. Quote, my second video... Wait, it's at 1,500 views? When did it gain another 100 views? What the fuck? Was just an idea a friend of mine named Liam had. Yeah, I kind of let him just ghost edit a video. Not in the sense that he literally edited. I just went into CapCut and I told me, what should we do? Because I felt like doing something stupid. It proceeded to end up as my third most popular video. I'm very regretful for how that turned out. The FNAF video came from the quote at the beginning of it, actually. A friend of mine, Aaron, and me were talking about how lifeless the FNAF 1 animatronics were, and he just went off on that quote, and I just had to make a video on it. This was at the time when I was starting my YouTube up, and I realized that it was just the perfect opportunity to cover FNAF 1. Especially because I have been very invested in FNAF for the past, 11 years of my life since the first game came out. And lastly, FNAF 2 kinda was just an evolution of that. I figured that I'd carry on making the FNAF videos as a series, and I honestly didn't think it would do well. A lot of my philosophy with YouTube is that I make what I want to make even if it doesn't do well. I want to make this for the 2 or 3 people that might be interested in just hearing me talk about these things, but if no one is, I'm not going to be upset. I still enjoyed making it, and that's how I view a lot of my content. Little did I know that video would currently be approaching 6K views and counting. Honestly, it does worry me about the fact that that could lock me into being a FNAF channel, but at the same time, I just make what I want to make. There's no deeper thing to it beyond that. The Joker video just happened. There wasn't any grand plan or script in there. That kind of just happened, and it's really weird how it did. This next one's really interesting to me. I think it's a very slim chance I ended up a TF2 channel. See, there were 3 main frontrunners that I could have made my channel. One was obviously TF2. This is because me and Bito Pie had a huge TF2 phase around a year ago. I recall we started in like August till December and both put in like 200 hours in the game over that span, which not a crazy amount to like some people, but that's bonkers, okay? That's a shit ton of time. And of course the YouTube ideas just came up with that. This was also when I was in a very big workflow with my SFM art, and so it was kind of a perfect mix of these things. But there was just as much of a chance I ended up a FNAF channel. I've been into FNAF for 11 years, since I was like 8. Or there was an equally big chance I ended up, oddly enough, a Roblox channel. I have been playing Roblox since 2015. I have some videos planned on it, and truth be told, there was a chance. There was definitely a chance I made Roblox content. I'm glad I didn't, especially looking at the current state of Roblox, but I just find it really odd how close that was to happening. There's not many other games I think my channel could have been around that I would have made. I mean, I don't play a lot, to be frank, and it kind of was just going to come down to those 3, I think. One thing I will comment on in my channel that I find incredibly interested is how far my editing style has come. You see, if you look at my very first video called Channel Introduction, it's bad, I list what some of my inspirations were for content, and those still stay true. Yes, I'm still inspired by those, but many other inspirations and ideas have come to me, some being based on what I've seen, some just being something I wanted to do, to the point where I don't think I have a consistent editing style. It kind of just depends on what that specific video is. I really don't think that this type of content will hold itself well to something like Roblox or FNAF just due to that reason. TF2 is such a broad thing, but FNAF, you kind of got your like SFMs, your theories, and your original scripting giants. There's obviously a lot more nuance than that, but I don't think my editing style lends itself well to them. So, truth be told, I'm kind of glad I ended up in the niche I did. There's not much else I think I have to say, so that being said, thank you for all the support, and I'll leave you with this for the next video.
Hello? Hello? Well, if you're hearing this, then chances are you've made a very poor career choice.